I want to congratulate you and We the World on the 20th anniversary of 11 days of global unity. Together, you, me, and we can create a better world and have fun doing it.
Thank you, Dr. Jane Goodell, for helping We the World and all our partners to celebrate over 20 years of 11 days of global unity. And thank you for joining us. Welcome to the annual 11 Days of Global Unity Summit, featuring visionary leaders and activists working for people and the planet and a world that works for all. Given all the problems in the USA and elsewhere, we are promoting the hashtag urgency for action. That's the word urgency, the number 4, and then action. Hashtag urgency for action. We hope you will spread that around to your friends and networks. My name is Birgit Ben-Eli, and I'm the Director of Strategic Engagement and International Outreach for We the World. Today, I'm excited that we will be joined by the Seven Sisters, an extraordinary gathering of extraordinary women, Fumi John Stewart from May Peace Prevail on Earth International, Hezekiah Gabriel from Pathways to Peace, Nina Meyerhoff with Children of the Earth, Jennifer Kim, the Peace School, Monica Willard, United Religions Initiative, Dot Maver, Global Silent Minute, and Reverend Becky Suzik, Interfaith Minister, with offerings regarding disarmament, which is the 10th theme of the 11 Days of Global Unity. For the full 11 Days Summit schedule, you can register for free by going to 11daysofglobalunity.org. 11 is a numeral, and 11daysofglobalunity.org. There you can see all the 11 Days Summit broadcasts. And at we.net, you can take action with the 11 campaigns for change, subscribe to Trans Magazine, and you can make a contribution to support all this work by going to we.net/donate. Thank you so much. Before we bring in our extraordinary speakers, I would want to acknowledge some of our amazing partners who we support and collaborate with during 11 Days of Global Unity and all year round. The UN International Day of Peace NGO Committee, Peace Day Philly, the United for Peace Coalition, which includes Unity Earth, the Sign Network, One World, Hubcast Media, the Awakening World, We the World, May Peace Prevail on Earth International, United Religions Initiative, Pathways to Peace, Global Silent Minute, Children of the Earth, also Climate Week, the Deep and Rapid Transformation Convergence, Good News Broadcast in Times Square, and Pace e Bene Nonviolence Campaign. What an amazing movement, representative, literally millions of people working to achieve global unity, all working with We the World and the We campaign at we.net. Now let's bring in our host, Rick Olphig. Rick Olphig is the founder of We the World at we.net and the co-creator of 11 Days of Global Unity. Welcome to the broadcast, Rick Olphig.
Thank you, Birgit. And thank you all for joining us. Welcome to the annual 11 Days of Global Unity Summit. Today, our 11 Days theme is disarmament. And we will hear from the Seven Sisters on the 80th anniversary of the Hiroshima and Nagasaki atomic bombings. Our presenters today have all been working to abolish nuclear weapons and militarism and address climate disruption and other global challenges for many years. It seems like a core obstacle is the huge profits made by weapons manufacturers and fossil fuel companies. There are divestment campaigns and other strategies that are part of expanding we consciousness for the common good, which is the goal of the we campaign at we.net. Maybe the Seven Sisters helping to make a cultural shift is what's needed. So most people start to realize that it is not normal for more money to be spent on making war and weapons, especially nuclear weapons, which could kill us all. Maybe then people will realize that if we spent more money on things like food, housing, education, health, and everybody's well-being was the priority, then we wouldn't have any reason to kill each other. What do you think? So let's bring in Monica Willard, who will be the MC and overseeing our whole presentation today for our program.
Hello, I'm Monica Willard, and I am so happy to be here with 11 Days of Global Unity. Rick, you have been such a leader in bringing us together and helping us go from me to we. And here we are together, the 7 sisters who have been working together on Zoom with the May Peace Prevail on Earth room in Unity Earth's convening sessions. And so we have worked together, starting with our core value of the International Day of Peace. So being on the 11 Days of Global Unity is our honor, and we thank you. We are here to build that better world that Jane Goodall inspires, and to do it with fun, and to do it with prayer, and to bring our spirit into action. And I'm so excited that each of us gets to share what we do individually and collectively. And we are going to start with Dorothy Maver with the Global Silent Minute that is happening every day. You can join it at 9 GMP. Dot, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Monica. Today, during 11 days of global unity, we dedicate our Global Silent Minute to disarmament. And we'll use silence as action in sacred unity as we hold the intention of the healing of trauma and the healing of nations, both within and between, for global cooperation, peace, and freedom, as we recognize the power of silent thought and prayer to create a world free of nuclear weapons, to establish a culture of peace, a world living in peace. The Global Silent Minute is observed daily at 9 p.m. GMT to help bring an end to all war, to bring peace to humankind and all of life, as we unite our hearts across distance, both sides of the veil. The power of silence is greater than we know. In 1917, Wellesley Tudor Pole was lying next to another British officer on a battlefield outside of Jerusalem. The officer shared that he knew he would not survive the war. He asked his comrade to find a way for him and millions like him to assist daily from the other side through the power of silence to end a greater war that he saw coming, to bring peace to the world. He died on the battlefield the next day. That way became the Big Ben Silent Minute, launched in World War II. The key power of the Silent Minute was that it harnessed the cooperation with an unseen mighty army on the other side of the veil, who, through the action of silence, were able to lend their support. Every night, at 9 p.m. in London, the bells of Big Ben would ring and BBC Radio would go silent for 1 minute as people around the world prayed for the end of war, for peace on earth. This united silence gave opportunity for the invisible army to serve. In fact, after the World War ended, a high-ranking German officer said, "We couldn't find a way to counter your secret weapon. It was preceded by ringing of bells, and I believe you called it the Silent Minute." This year, 2025, marked the commemoration of the 80th anniversaries of Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Our Japanese brothers and sisters know the impact of pain and suffering of nuclear weapons to all kingdoms of nature. As we contemplate the destiny of humanity and our planet, we are inspired by what Hiroshima and Nagasaki have taught us about love and radical forgiveness. That enemies can overcome the painful histories of the past and cultivate relations, as we have seen, between the US and Japan. The atomic bombs also gave birth to a groundbreaking peace movement in Japan when Masahisa Goi, through deep prayer and meditation, received the healing message and prayer, "May peace prevail on earth." And peace poles with this message, like acupuncture needles, are being planted around the planet, vitalizing the globe. Today, we as a global community stand together in the healing power of the fire of love as we call for disarmament. Let us turn to the doctrine of the heart as we disarm fear, hatred, violence, and free ourselves of nuclear weapons. Let us turn to the power of silence in our heart to awaken the spirit of peace within. The power of silence is greater than we know. Silence as action in sacred unity. So let us prepare to enter the silence together. We take a deep breath and activate the spirit of peace within our own hearts. And we unite our hearts across distance. Now we take another moment and we invite all those on the other side of the veil to cooperate with our intention for the spirit of peace to be invoked. Both sides of the veil as we see disarmament realized. When the Tibetan bowl sounds, we enter 1 minute of silence as action in sacred unity as we affirm, never again. Make Nagasaki the last. Let us live in a world free of nuclear weapons. And let us use this sacred moment in silence to anchor with the unseen army on the other side of the veil, a culture of peace.
And so it is. May peace prevail on earth. Dear friends, I'm Nina Meyer-Hoff of Children of the Earth, and what touches me most is thinking about our children and their futures. And so I ask you to take in this prayer that I've written with the help of AI, but from my heart to your heart. Let us gather now in stillness and intention to honor the precious breath of all life, we call upon the sacred energies of earth, of spirit, of humanity united, to guide us towards peace that does no harm. We stand at the edge of great decision to protect or to destroy, to awaken or to forget. We choose life. We protect life. We choose peace. We choose a world free from the shadow of nuclear weapons. May the minds of leaders be softened by wisdom. May the hearts of nations beat as one earth family. May technologies serve healing, not harm. And may we, as guardians of the future, refuse the path of fear and domination. We ask now for divine clarity, to see the vision, to act with courage, to serve with love. We ask now that we do this in clarity. Let this prayer echo across every border. Let it ripple through the silence of decision rooms. Let it awaken the souls of scientists, soldiers, and the statespeople alike. Let it root deeply in the hearts of the young, who shall inherit what we choose today. In humility and hope, we send this light out into the world, a world beyond war, beyond weapons, and beyond division, a world of peace, born not of power, but of presence. And so it is, and so it may be, and we are one. Thank you.
Thank you so much, beautiful Nina. You always touch us so deeply and inspire us. Thank you. Thank you. I'm Jennifer Kim from the Peace School here in Chicago. And I wanted to share a couple of ways that we're adding the topic of nuclear disarmament to the Peace Day materials that we share with all Chicago public schools. These are ideas for in-school activities that can help activate and commemorate the United Nations International Day of Peace. And so one activity we've promoted for many years is the Peace Crane Project. I hope you're familiar with it. Kids learn how to fold origami cranes, they write messages of peace on them, and they exchange them with another school, often in another country. So the woman who founded this Peace Crane Project, Sunda Chico, she is a peacemaker that I admire so greatly. She also wrote the book called The Complete Story of Sadako Sasaki and the 1,000 Paper Cranes. So this was co-authored by Sadako's brother, Masahiro. He survived the bombing of Hiroshima, but he lost his precious sister, Sadako. And so this Peace Crane Project, it's a great way to introduce even young kids to the topic of disarmament and the need for disarmament. And then in more recent years, we added links to other resource materials coming from other fabulous groups, like the National Peace Academy that provides curriculum for children and youth in peace and peace building. We have this massive compilation of quotes from peacemakers that was put together by the Peace Alliance that can help spark discussion in schools. And then we have activities and actions that come from Dr. Jane Goodall's Roots and Shoots organization, which is their youth offshoot. So, but another link that we've added to materials for the schools here is Voices for a World Free of Nuclear Weapons. That's what we see behind our beautiful Monica. That's a group that she helped found. And Voices for a World Free of Nuclear Weapons, check out their website, and they have a page for youth resources. It's unbelievable. They have age-appropriate videos, like for the little kids, they have an animated Captain No Nukes
weeks. They have other more in-depth videos for older kids and children and youth. There's a long bibliography with a wide range of books and articles on nuclear weapons and nuclear disarmament, as well as a film library. There are all kinds of lesson plans. Like I saw one lesson plan on women and the Manhattan Project. But one that really caught my eye was a teaching tool that's called From Nagasaki to the World. This was created by high school students in Nagasaki, and they created this for high school students around the world. So, high schoolers should check that out, learn about what happened, and help prevent it from happening in the future. There's so much more, but I want to say that another tool that we share with all the schools here in Chicago is the tool, the action, the practice of peace breathing. We're all breathing, so we can all breathe for peace, for world peace. It is an act of disarmament. It is an act of creating peace. It's an act that we can do as a quiet meditation. Also, as we think of it as moving meditation while we're standing in line, sitting in traffic, doing the dishes, all kinds of times in our day, we can call on our breathing and send out that energy of peace. We have to change the energy that's swirling in our world. We have to bring it to that place of peace and harmony, in harmony with the great universe, in harmony with the blueprint for peace that already exists. We just have to bring it down through our own energy. So let's peace breathe for just a moment. We can close eyes. We inhale, thinking world. Exhale, thinking peace. Inhale, world. Exhale, peace. Inhale, world. Exhale, peace. Inhale, world. Exhale, peace. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Jennifer, for allowing us to touch that inner peace and to resonate that out to the world through peace breathing. I'm Fumijan Stewart. I represent May Peace Prevail on Earth International. I'm so happy and glad to be together with our 7 sisters as we make a stand together for a world free of nuclear weapons, for disarmament. So as you listen to Dot open this program, explaining a little bit about the history of May Peace Prevail on Earth and the founder, I'd like to think that each and every peace pole, which carries the message, May Peace Prevail on Earth, which really rose out of the ashes of Hiroshima and Nagasaki, this beautiful prayer, that each peace pole with this message is a call for nuclear disarmament. And we're so grateful that there are over 200,000 communities worldwide that have planted this peace pole. So together, they're making a stand, a vigil, silent vigil for peace, and also reminding us that for a world free of nuclear weapons. So what I'd like to do now is to share 2 videos from our members, May Peace Prevail on Earth, peacemakers from Nagasaki and Hiroshima. They made this special short video commemorating the 80th anniversary, which occurred this year. Miharu Otani from Nagasaki, she takes her video in front of the Children's Peace Memorial. Jennifer spoke about the Peace Crane project, Sadako Sasaki. It's really a monument to her and all the children of the world, and you'll see all the beautiful peace cranes hanging around that monument. So we begin with Miharu Otani, and we then go to Chizu Yamaguchi from Nagasaki. Both of these peacemakers are from families of atomic bomb survivors of Hibakusha. So please join me in welcoming their message today.
Hello everyone, my name is Miharu Otani, and I'm the representative of the World Peace Flag Ceremony in Hiroshima. I was born and raised here in Hiroshima, the very city where 80 years ago, one atomic bomb changed countless lives forever. But from this place of deep pain, a powerful prayer for peace was born, and it continues today. Now, standing in this city, I send you my heartfelt gratitude and love for your prayers and dedication to a nuclear-free world. Even though we may live far apart, I feel a deep connection with each of you because we share the same dream, a peaceful planet where every life is valued and protected. Nuclear Prayer Day is not just a remembrance, it's a commitment. A commitment to honor the past, to raise our voices now, and to act for the future. Your prayers, your hearts, your hope, they mean so much. From Hiroshima, with deep respect and affection, I join you in prayer. May peace prevail on earth. Thank you so much.
皆様こんにちは。私は長崎 WPPC 実行委員会の代表を務めております山口千鶴と申します。よろしくお願いいたします。
Thank you. May peace prevail on earth.
Well, thank you.
so very much. Our hearts are broken open. Those videos were so deeply moving. And thank you, Birgit, Angel, and Rick. And deep gratitude to you, dear Monica, for bringing the Sacred Sisters together. It's just an honor and delight to be here. So as you've heard, and as you know, we just commemorated the 80th anniversary of the atomic bombing. And it's not a coincidence that we will be celebrating the 80th anniversary of the birth of the United Nations on October 24th. You can imagine being there after that horrific act, and people of good will and good heart coming together, and the birth of the United Nations. So a quote from that charter: "We, the peoples of the United Nations, determined to save succeeding generations from the scourge of war, which twice in our lifetime has brought untold sorrow to mankind, and to reaffirm faith in fundamental human rights and in the dignity and worth of the human person, and to practice tolerance and live together in peace with one another as good neighbors." As we bring up the horrific atomic bombings in Hiroshima and Nagasaki, and we lift up and bring into our hearts and minds the survivors of that horrific violence, we shout together, "Never again, never again." At Pathways to Peace, we have a two-pronged approach to our nuclear disarmament program. We advocate for the elimination of nuclear weapons and advancing support for the Treaty on Non-Proliferation of Nuclear Weapons, while at the same time, we lift up the voices of the survivors and the humanitarian needs of those suffering the impact of nuclear weapons, both around our world, but also here in the United States. Many US citizens who are not from impacted communities have minimal awareness of nuclear issues and how it directly affects them. Communities on Native American land and communities near nuclear testing sites are greatly impacted, yet the voices of Indigenous people and those near those nuclear sites are often not present in mainstream disarmament education. The legislative advocacy efforts of Indigenous people and tribes have also not been broadly recognized or supported in mainstream culture. Through an intergenerational approach, in addition to our global work, we work with the United States with survivors of uranium mining, nuclear testing, and those downwinders. At this point, I must give gratitude to our director of the Pathways to Peace Nuclear Disarmament Advocacy and Research Program, Renor Yanni. Renor has been with Pathways for many years now and is still one of our youth representatives to the UN. He founded and directs our program to eliminate nuclear weapons. It is his vision that led Pathways to Peace into greater depths of commitment and action to abolish nuclear weapons. Thank you, Renor. You are brilliant. So it is no coincidence that we are here today in this room, watching and listening to this presentation. This is the work we are called into, and this is the work we are born to do. What can you do to make a difference? Listen to the calling of your heart and do what you can do. It has been said that love is the sacred activism of our time, binding all hearts together, and that hope is an act of rebellion. In our time together today, as we approach the International Day of Peace on September 21st, we lift up our love for all humanity as we breathe together the one breath, and as our hearts connect to the heartbeat of our beautiful Mother Earth. We know we are one. We feel we are one. So let us not become overwhelmed by the perceived state of our world. We cannot allow ourselves to be immobilized. Instead, we hold a vision of a world free of nuclear weapons, and we commit to bring our light and our love into those dark spaces, as that is our task to do. And peace prevails on earth. Thank you.
Tez, thank you so much for that beautiful message. Well, we're so grateful to have this opportunity to be with you all as part of the 11 days of global unity. And this being the 10th day disarmament, the day before Peace Day tomorrow, we're so grateful to bring forth our heart shares around this very important topic of disarmament. Last year, I had the astonishing privilege and blessing of going to Japan and meeting so many friends that I had been working with for the last 5 years, and then also to visit this extraordinary place. This is the Atomic Dome Park, where the bomb dropped, the hypocenter of where the first impact happened from the nuclear bomb in Hiroshima on August 6th, 80 years ago this year. And we went to this place with reverence and with such an open heart to really receive messages, each of us who were in attendance to that amazing experience. And I received a clear message, and that was to do things to cultivate inner peace. And the things that I discover, that I be a person that can share forth ideas, as my sisters here have been sharing, not only to cultivate inner peace within ourselves, but towards that end, how do we disarm ourselves? How do we cultivate disarmament within each of ourselves? And my sisters have offered so many beautiful ways, from the Global Silent Minute, from Masahisa Goi's beautiful prayer, May Peace Prevail on Earth, and so many other beautiful opportunities. Now, what I'm going to offer is the nuclear prayer, which came from the Right Reverend Bishop William Swing from United Religions Initiative, also co-founder of the Voices for a World Free of Nuclear Weapons. And this is the prayer that came through that has begun every single meeting that our Voices group, when they gather, we presence this prayer with such reverence for these words, and that we hold this prayer in our hearts. The beginning and the end are in your hands, O Creator of the universe. And in your hands, you have placed the fate of this planet. We who are tested by having both creative and destructive power in our free will turn to you in sober fear and in intoxicating hope. We ask for your guidance and to share in your imagination in our deliberation about the use of nuclear force. Help us to lift the fog of atomic darkness that hovers so pervasively over our Earth, your Earth, so that soon all eyes may see life magnificent, magnified by your pure light. Bless all of us who wait today for your presence and who dedicate ourselves to achieve your intended peace and rightful equilibrium on earth. In the name of all that is holy and all that is hoped. Amen. And with gratitude, we offer that prayer. And I share also gratitude to Mother Earth herself, gratitude to nature. And for me, people ask me often, how do I cultivate peace? What can I do? Like Ted said, what can I do? And even doing peace breathing, coming back into this moment and connecting with Mother Earth. The video behind me is from a North Carolina beach. I'm living in North Carolina and grateful to be surrounded by so much beauty in this state that is the land of the Tuscarora, the Nuseok, and the Catawba peoples. And so I give gratitude to nature, to Mama Ocean, to each of you for opening your hearts and your presence, your awareness to this beautiful program today, as we explore so many different possibilities about disarmament within ourselves, disarmament within our communities, and disarmament upon this earth towards a world free of nuclear weapons. With gratitude, may peace prevail on earth.
Thank you, Becky. It is absolutely wonderful to be here with my sisters, the 7 sisters who've gathered for so many years to talk about disarmament, particularly nuclear disarmament. It is essential that we take the time to disarm ourselves as we want to disarm the world. There is a quote that I've used a lot and then found it came from Grandfather Harry Byrd and the prayer vigils to the earth that were held with teepees at the base of the Washington Monument. And I've since found out through AI and a good friend, Fumi, thank you, that this quote was first given by a Jesuit priest who survived the bombing of Nagasaki. And he said, "A heartfelt prayer is more powerful than an atom bomb." So a big part of the work that I have done at the United Nations and with my dear sisters on Zoom is to add prayer, particularly the nuclear prayer that Becky just shared. And that prayer ends with the phrase, "For all that is holy and all that is hoped." And today, we've seen some of the personal ways that we can disarm. We've been talking about how we can go to websites and get more information. But we also need to realize that for 80 years, there has never been another exchange of nuclear weapons in war. And we must make sure that they are never used again by accident or on purpose. It is incumbent upon us to make people aware of both the dangers and the opportunity that individuals can do to make a difference, to call for a world free of nuclear weapons. Our political input matters. Our votes matter. And so do our prayers. So do the conversations at dinner tables or in collective groups. So do the actions we can plan for the International Day of Peace. And later in the week, the UN has declared another International Day, which is the day for the total elimination of nuclear weapons, observed annually on September 26th. This is an important week. We look to all of us to take individual actions, to disarm our hearts, but to educate our minds, to educate people that we talk with at dinner tables. Bring the importance of the elimination of nuclear weapons to your dinner table, to your churches, to your places of worship, and into your hearts. It makes a difference how we react to this with violence at all levels, and whether we stop actions against people with guns or nuclear weapons. Disarming our hearts is what has to happen, and we have to know particularly that these are not weapons of protection. We must protect ourselves by living better and taking care and being of service to people. I ask all of us to make a commitment today to add the elimination of nuclear weapons into our prayers as often as we can. We have some beautiful ways of remembering peace with peace poles that have been mentioned, with origami cranes. But it's our hearts that are going to make the difference. It is how we treat one another, and by reuniting in ways to appreciate that we live on one earth, to look at the beauty around us and to protect it, and to know that the mutually assured destruction, which seems to be the building point for nuclear disarmament and nuclear power, is mutually assured destruction. Let us flip it today in our hearts. Let us bring this conversation to our places of worship. And let us join one another and to know that this is the time. We are the ones who are called to make a difference today and in the future. There are books, there are resources. I thank Jennifer and I thank Tez and everyone for having mentioned Voices for a World Free of Nuclear Weapons. There are ways that you can listen to the educational programs that are on www.voices-uri.org. But it is your hearts and your prayers so that we build this better world together and become the we who protect our planet and who bring the love of peace from our hearts to all the actions that we can. This isn't something that is only handled in high negotiations. It begins in our hearts and calling for a world free of nuclear weapons. as we disarm ourselves, let us link this powerful, powerful prayer and make it a reality. May peace prevail on earth. Thank you all for being with us on this important day of looking at disarmament in the individual and the collective way as we link together for a world free of nuclear weapons. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Monica. And what you were just saying is kind of a call to action. All of the things you were just saying, and many of us, I think all of us are making a call to action. We are promoting the hashtag urgency for action, which is the word urgency and then the number 4, and then the word action, hashtag urgency of action. So is there anybody who wanted to add a specific call to action? And I have my call to action, but I just wanted to see if anybody wanted to add anything before we close a particular call to action.
I can add, Rick.
Go ahead.
Just try to do
Tez.
briefly that if you feel called into action, we would recommend always, in addition to voices, to go to the ICAN website. We're quite engaged with divestment, and it's such an important thing that each of us can do, is to look at who is investing in the production and existence of nuclear weapons, in particular banks. And it could be your bank. So you can go and advocate that your bank not support the production of nuclear weapons. Also, just a couple of more self-serving things is that at Pathways to Peace in our nuclear disarmament program, we're always looking for volunteers who would like to engage with us in this work for prevention of nuclear weapons. So you can contact me, Tez, T-E-Z, at pathways2peace.org, all lowercase letters. And we hope that we've given you enough to recognize that prayer is powerful and it's something we can all do. So please take that away as action.
Thank you, Tez. And did anyone else want to offer a specific call to action?
Yeah, I'll say a word, Rick. And of course, we support the We campaign, and trust you'll say a word about that before we close.
Yes.
But I also want to invite people to visit www.globalsilentminute.org for the story, for clips that you can use if you choose to use a silent minute with your group, and dedicate it, dedicate it, as Tez has so beautifully articulated. So yeah, may peace prevail on earth. Thank you very much, Rick, and everyone, for this sacred circle.
Thank you, Dot. Anyone else want to offer a call to action specific?
Rick, I just want to remind people that this is an important year coming up, because we have had treaties in place that prevented the expansion of nuclear weapons and that have limited nuclear weapons. And those treaties need to be taken very seriously. So as we are praying for the total elimination of nuclear weapons, I want us to take action politically, but also to keep in mind our leadership and to really call with a letter writing campaign, to be informed, read some books. There are groups, particularly the Treaty to Prohibit Nuclear Weapons. This is a treaty that is enforced, but UN treaties are only enforced by the countries who've passed them. And none of the nuclear power states have called for it, even though the very first resolution from the United Nations was the abolishment of nuclear weapons. So we need to take action politically, and we need to make it from our hearts. So thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Anybody else before we
Yeah, I'd just love to add,
go ahead?
everybody who's watching, be kind to yourself. Breathe for yourself, and take really dear care of yourself. These times, so much is coming at us, and we will persevere. Peace will prevail, and we're doing this together. We're completely building the culture of peace together. That's what this work is about. You're seeing it here because this is the culture of peace that's rising within us. And being kind to ourselves is part of that journey. And so I'm so grateful to you, Rick, to Angel, and to Birgit for holding this space, and for We the World, and this extraordinary, these 11 days. And thank everybody who's watching for contributing your energy to being peace on earth.
Thank you.
Rick,
Jennifer.
Thank you. I'll jump in too, of course, with great gratitude to you, Birgit, everyone here together, everyone watching. But let's all find ways we can just incorporate this world peace breathing into our breath, because it opens us to what can we do? What do we have to do? What is our mission? What is our work? What am I capable of? And who can I connect with? It opens. So the more we peace breathe, the more we understand what is my mission in this world. So with great gratitude, thank you.
I also like to say something here. We've heard such beautiful voices today, and I can only echo every single one of them. What I wanted to say that how important disarmament is, and to listen to the heart, as Monica and everyone else emphasized here. I think, and that has been emphasized what I'm going to say too, I think the 80th anniversary of Hiroshima and Nagasaki reminds us how important it is to build a safer and more compassionate world. So at the heart of it actually is a very simple truth. If we invest into the well-being of people, peace will become possible. So coming back to weak consciousness is the essence to nurture a future that secures, it secures the outcome for everyone, our shared humanity. Thank you.
We are the world. Let's protect it.
Exactly. You got it. You got it. Thank you. And here's my call to action. It's called the We Power campaign. And Tez and Dot have been a big part of helping to launch this campaign. It's about the power of we, millions of us coming together to transform our society so it prioritizes the common good. To help us launch the We Power campaign, please go to we.net/We Power campaign. Very simple link. We.net/We Power campaign. And yes, this has been an amazing conversation. Thank you so much to the 7 sisters, all of you, Monica, Fumi, Tez, Nina, Jennifer, Dot, Becky, and Birgit. You're joining you're becoming one of the sisters there.
I would love to.
And thank you, all of you, for watching this and for being part of 11 Days of Global Unity. To get involved, of course, please go to we.net. It's all about we, right? And for those of you who don't know, this is a W. And so let's go from a me society, like an M, to a we society. That's why we launched we.net. So together we can create a world that works for all. Thank you all so much.
Thank you, Rick. Thank you, Brigitte.
Thank you.
Thank you, sisters.